The true source of creativity that is within any person is the same source of creativity that is within you. We're going to be talking about in this video how to tap into the true source of creativity that is within every single person. It might be the person that you compare yourself to, might be the person that you want to be like, might be somebody that you also want to create similar things that they create. And I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to tap into that source of creativity that that person is connected to. The same source of creativity that is within all of us. Because whatever creativity you want to have in your life, or whatever you look up to, that creativity is also literally within you, not in a cliche way, but literally the source of creation that is within any person, any human being, anything that created something you admire is coming from the same source that you are tapped into. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about how to tap into in this video. This is going to be how to overcome writer's block, how to become more creative and overcome writer's block. So, if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Also, I do have a group program coming up in the next couple of months. So if you want more details on the program, or if you want to be a part of the program, the link will be in the description box of this video for that as well. So the first thing I want you to consider here that will connect with your creations, whether you realize it or not, is to let go of trying to control your creations. And the way that you do this is you have an understanding that your ego doesn't have to take the responsibility of creating everything. The ego thinks that it creates things, but that's an illusion. Your ego doesn't really, at the core, create anything, really, like universally. Yeah, maybe at a relative level, but if we're talking at a very universal, deep level, think about it like this. You don't choose your thoughts. Your thoughts pop into your consciousness and you have no idea where they come from if you're honest. If you're really honest with yourself, any thought that has ever popped in your mind came from you don't know where. You don't know, you don't choose your next thought. What thought are you gonna have next? You don't know. That's right. And so I want you to understand that when it comes to the source of all creativity, just keep in mind that you don't have to control all of it. Your ego and your limited sense of self could not possibly take on the responsibility of controlling every single thing you've created. You want to leave it up to something greater than you, or what we call you in society. Because usually when I say you, I'm pointing to the greater you. I'm pointing to the source that you are. You with a capital Y. I was going to say you with a capital U. No, you with a capital Y. And you want to understand that you are the source of all abundance, but not you as your thoughts, not you as your body, not you as, this bundle of emotions and memories and, whatever. None of this is the source of creativity. You don't need to take the responsibility of creating all the creations in your life. The source of all creativity is consciousness and presence. And when you can realize that you can allow creative ideas to flow through you, you'll start to understand that creating is easy. Because the universe is always flowing through us and it wants to create something new. Consciousness is evolving. But the problem is that most people have blocked the flow of consciousness in their life. They've blocked, through all the conditioning and all the fear, the things that are meant to be created through them. Your natural state of being is to be in a state of ease and flow and creating and wealth and abundance and doing the things you love. But we've been conditioned so hard to believe that we need to work hard and that things need to be difficult. We've disconnected from the present moment. We've disconnected from being here now, that we've lost the connection to true creativity. We've been disconnected from what we truly are. We've been disconnected from creating from a space of not knowing and non-control. If you're really honest with yourself, everything you've learned in your life and all the skill sets you've developed, in a way, you didn't choose it. It chose you. Maybe at some higher level outside of this human realm, you chose it. But in this human realm, you, as the body, as the mind, didn't choose your talents. Maybe you did. Maybe you put in the work. Maybe you learned how to do something. Maybe you put in the effort. But the question is, what is it within you that inspired you to learn that in the first place? Did you choose to be inspired, or did something happen in your life? And who decided that? At the very core, even if you put in a lot of work into something, it's not to discredit that you put in work. It's to have an awareness that even if you put in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and you mastered a craft, what inspired you to learn that? Something deeper than what we can call ourselves. Something deeper than this body and this mind leads us to create things, and leads us to tap into things, and leads us to learn how to do things. And the more that you can be aware of that and trust that, because this is happening whether you realize it or not. Whether you agree or disagree, you have no idea what thoughts are going to come next. There's no agreeing or disagreeing. You just don't know. And if you're going to tell me you know what thought comes next in your mind right now, you're lying. You're lying to me and you're lying to yourself. You have no idea. You want to live a life based on truth, not on lies. And the truth is that nobody knows what thoughts they're going to have next. And the more that you can be comfortable with that, you can realize that all the thoughts that pop in your mind are coming from something deeper than what you call yourself, the lower self. Allow your higher self to bring you the creations. Allow you to flow. And so Francis, how do I do that? Realize that you've already been doing that. All the stuff that's been popping in your mind already hasn't been you. There's nothing you need to do here. You just need to be more. Tapping into creativity is not a doing, it's a being. You've already been creating your life through the divine. The question is, are you conscious of it? You've already been allowing the divine to flow through you. The question is, are you conscious of it? The divine has been flowing through you every single moment of your life. But the question is, are you conscious of it? Control is an illusion. We have control, but at the same time though, do you know what you're going to do next? I believe we have free will, but there's some moments where that's pretty questionable, because things just flow, things just are. What if you control your life just as much as you control the sun coming up in the morning and the sky changing color every single day? Now, this is not to scare anybody, because I do believe we have free will and we are empowered the more that we become conscious, but it's a huge paradox because from one perspective, you chose everything in your life. You created all of it. But from another perspective, if we're really honest with ourselves, who's really in charge here? I want you to understand that if you want to become more creative, the source of all creation is your consciousness. It's who you truly are beyond thoughts. And the more that you can tap into that space of presence and being present to the moment and being here now. And some people want some crazy answer. You don't need a crazy answer. Become present right now. Be as present as you can possibly be, and tell me what happens to your creativity. And it's difficult for people to do this because they're sometimes being present is an answer that can really confuse people because they need some technique or they need some something to do. But the thing is, your creativity is not a doing, it's a being. Your creativity is not a doing, it's a being. Your creativity is not something you need to do. It's a state of being that you want to tap into. It's a state of being. It's a state of being here now. It's a state of aligning with what and who you truly are. And the more that you can tap into that without judgment, without controlling, without forcing, without trying to manipulate or control things, the more that you're going to start to notice that your life shifts. The more that you're going to start to notice that things become easier for you. The more that you're going to start to notice that things don't have to be difficult. Your life doesn't have to be difficult. What if your life could be a creative flow? What if your life could be something that does not have to be hard? What I want you to understand is, rather than thinking of, I am this separate sense of self creating in this universe, I want to ask you this. What does the universe want to create through you? What has the universe been wanting to create through you the whole time that you've been resisting? Is there some sort of art? Is there some sort of passion that your heart has been wanting to create, but you've been denying of yourself because you've been scared, or maybe you've been lying to yourself around what it is that you're capable of, and you've been doubting yourself? The universe, like if you look at anything that's been very significantly created in this life, something powerful, a lot of the times the things that were very powerfully created and big things that are viewed as successful in this society, you can trace it back a lot of the times to the person that created these things had some spiritual connection to who they truly are. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think that the big things in this life that are worthwhile, the things that have been beautiful, I don't think it's a coincidence that the most beautiful creations in this life, whether it's the most beautiful pieces of art, or whether it's, you know, even big companies that exist on this planet right now, the people that have the most beautiful creations are tapped into something divine most of the time. They're tapped into something deeper than themselves. And this is what you call a divine connection to who you truly are. Is you can still take the credit for doing the work and taking the action, but understand that the universe is working through you at all times. And the more that we can tap into this, is the more that you can start to realize that you don't need to take the burden of all the creations. Leave it up to the divine. Let the divine show you the path, and take the path and empower yourself and take the actions and do the things. Give yourself the credit to some degree in that sense, but don't take all the credit. Don't take all of it. Acknowledge what you've created, acknowledge what you're doing in your life and what you're going to do, but don't be so attached to your ego that you believe you did it all. Humble yourself and realize that no matter how successful you become, there's always something working through you, and you can actually use this to create what you want. You can use this to step into a space of empowering yourself and step into a space of being what you want to be. And the key is to tap into that divine intelligence. It's just presence. That's all it is. And the more that you can tap into that, is the more that you can realize you are the source of all creation. What does the universe want to create through you? What does the universe want to create through you? And does it have to be difficult, or can it be an effortless flow of being connected to what you are? So that's all I have for this video. Once again, If you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Also, I do have a group program coming up in the next couple of months. So if you want more details on the program, or if you want to be a part of the program, the link will be in the description box of this video for that as well. As always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.